Take an early morning run over Moss Isley with Wedge Antilles.
Hello, chat. Hello, CK. Your game audio sounds okay to me.
Kessel Moore is engineering an assault on...
Chat will let us know.
Take an early morning run over Moss Isley with Wedge Antilles, but...
Did you say PlayStation version? You mean PC version? I thought you did. That's funny. Yes, my brain is also cooked. That matter? Oh, hold on, CK. Your mic might not be coming through.
Can everybody hear me now?
Sorry, chat. We're sorting that out now.
Take an early morning run over Moss.
Okay, go sorry.
Alright, so I believe we are good now. So welcome
Hopefully
again.
we're good.
Welcome again, everybody. Just had to switch over to the PC version here. We wanted to showcase off some level modifications that we have been working on here. There's been a recent uptick in interest in the community here of trying to get as close as we can to making custom levels and things like that. You're going to see quite a bit of the fruits of the labor here. I'd like to say I'm not one of the active developers on the software that's helping to modify Rogue Squadron, but I have experimented a lot with it, and I have a couple levels here to showcase some things that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. I've got Cook here with me, so we got some back and forth commentary.
Hello, everyone.
Any kind of questions or anything like that you guys have, you can feel free to go ahead. So
I'll be watching the chat as well, and I'll be posting some links in there if anyone's interested in joining us with the Rogue Squadron mods as well.
Yep. That's one of the big reasons we wanted to see if we could get in for the event for this. Maybe see if we can draw some more interest over to the community. Because if anybody's willing to help with this sort of stuff, we are more than happy to have you.
Yeah.
So I think you guys can see on my screen here in the bottom left corner that there's a window that you do not usually see when you're running the game. This is called Leia, and it's a sort of debug menu thing where you can get like position coordinates and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and when I go to start doing the other levels, I'm going to kind of minimize that so it's not in the screen. But for the first level, we'll go ahead and we'll leave it up so you guys can see like how the data changes as you're playing and things like that. So, without further ado...
Thanks for the raid, Sir La, and welcome everyone. We're doing Rogue Squadron PC mods showcase, so new PC mods for everyone who's just joined us.
Welcome. Happy to have the raid here. Yep, so I think a good way to show this off is to just go ahead and get started, and we'll showcase a slightly edited first level for Mos Eisley. So,
Luke, I think we've got a
you'll
problem.
immediately notice
Is that my
that
destination,
the
are those
sandcrawler is
Imperial
not in
throat
its
droids
normal
dead ahead?
place.
They're attacking, no?
And there are not usually interceptors on Mos Eisley. Nor are there ATSTs.
I'm hit.
And they are the difficult interceptors as well.
Yes, they are.
So one thing that I feel that's always been lacking from this game is the ace mode we get in the other Rogue Squadron series, but thanks to these mods we can make the levels much harder.
I'm clear, but my bike is
So
down.
one of the big goals here is to kind of create, almost have the other Rogue Squadron games have ace mode. And similar to that for added difficulty.
CK, could you turn down your game volume? Chat's just saying it's a bit loud.
Might take a second. There we go. How's that? Is that a bit lower? Or more than that?
We'll wait and see what chat says.
I'm about to fail Mos Eisley.
I'm distracting you.
I'm only in the left speaker. Oh, I know what's going on. I'm gonna fail Mos Eisley now.
We failed. Don't get the
Too
business
many
through.
distractions.
I double failed Mos Eisley. Let me go ahead here.
Well, I think that you achieved ace mode, seeing as you couldn't even finish the first level of the game. So that's a good thing, I think.
Yes, good progress. Also, I should be popping up in both ears now. I had the incorrect setting on the microphone.
Great.
So, as you can see, that was made a bit more difficult than the original. In the interest of time, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and just blaze through Mos Eisley real quick. Then we'll show off a couple of things that we got here.
Luke, I think we've got a problem.
While we're going in chat, I'm just going to post a few links, but through the speedrun.com website, you can get onto our Discord. There's the little invite to the Discord button there. And then through that Discord, we've got a basic mod channel, and then we've got the development channel as well, which you can get an invite to. If anyone is interested in helping out and making levels.
I'm clear, but my fighter's down.
I'm not going to forget these interceptors again.
Thankfully, the M1's much quicker. They can't catch you.
Yeah, right. Or you could do that.
CK is knocking these guys up. I'll also say that we have also now got some Game Shark modes, codes in there to
Yeah, and you guys got to see some of that with Cook doing some, we'll call them interesting methods of beating levels.
much to my detriment, but I hope it was fun for the viewers. Maybe after this level, CK Ashen says your game audio is still a little bit high.
Gotcha.
Maintain visual scanning.
That's not destructive.
Just a second.
So similarly in that link there, if anyone's got likes playing the game on emulator or has a way to get Game Shark codes on console, that's all available now. We can be playing any ship in any level, which is a bit of fun.
We did it.
So, let's see. Make another quick adjustment. That should be good. Now,
about the sound chat, we're sorting it out.
Yep, I think we should be pretty good here. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get us set up for our next level here.
While the setup's happening, chat, if you can just let us know if our voice audio is coming through okay, and then CK will lower the game audio if it's still needed.
So just to give everybody a quick explanation here, there is a bit of little tweaking that I need to do in between showcasing levels, but we should be keyword should come on.
Voice could be higher. Not sure if it's my voice or CK's voice that needs to be higher, or if it's both of our voices.
Yeah, if I need to bump up my mic a little bit, I can do that as well.
I'm just going to sit closer to my mic. Both. Okay. And someone else says that CK's mic needs to be higher.
Case on more
CK more so.
All right. Let's do...
Thanks for being patient with the technical glitches, chat.
Kessel Moore's information is once again provided.
All right,
location.
let's see. I should be a little bit higher now. Hopefully you guys can hear a little bit better. So, this was one thing, and I know Cook and nobody else has seen this yet. This is not going to look clean or anything, but it is a showcase just to kind of show what the level editor is capable of doing. This, we're going to start out, it's going to be Imperial Construction Yards, but the map was completely swapped out with Kyle 2's Canyon. So rather than try to explain that, you can kind of see here, it's not really working how it's intended. But we did want to at least put something out here to show that map editing is a thing.
Visual scanning.
Obviously, it does take a lot more tweaking.
Wow.
And one thing that I needed to figure out while I was doing this was trying to move all the detection triggers that would end up causing you to get noticed by the radars and autofill the mission. If I'm correct, we should be able to see something pretty comical here. What is it? There is an AT-AT like right around here walking up and down the canyon walls. Everything's like set below the map. There's a bit of like height detection and stuff that goes on with each level. It's typically used for like, you know, the snow speeder heights and everything. I've never seen the camera do that before in my life. There's the walker. So some of the enemies kind of snap to the terrain, stormtroopers and things like that, but turrets and ties and stuff will just take whatever height you set them at. So you can actually watch this thing like walk down the mountain here.
That's funny.
So
Those walkers always seems a little bit useless. I don't know how they'd work well on the battlefield. Yeah, maybe if they can go up terrain that steep, I was wrong all along.
yeah, if there's a will, there's a way, right? See, here comes the shuttle. That's the missile turret that's normally on top of the canyon. And not too much else to showcase on this level. Just wanted to at least put out to everybody that level modding, you know, actually making your own maps is a thing. So, I'm gonna go ahead here, and we're gonna go ahead and swap to our next one here.
So the developers, which are very talented, and we're very lucky to have them along in the past year or two, I think there's going to be an update which will mean, or there's an update planned, which will mean that we can swap out levels without having to do as much mucking around in the future. But
yeah, so I actually have a little bit of an older version here. Just in the interest of time and making sure that everything was going to work properly, I chose not to try and update or anything last minute. So it is a little bit easier than what I'm doing to go ahead and, like, you know, put in your changes for the levels and things like that.
So it really is sort of a great time to get into this modding, and if there are any developers or map makers, because it's all happening right now, sort of thing. Another benefit is if there are any speedrunners, glitch hunters and speedrunners sort of thing. This level editing stuff means that we can find things out about the levels that we just had no way of knowing before. We can really get into the code and see what's going on. So
yep, we can check
a few new little things that have been discovered, and I'm sure there'll be many more.
Yeah, checking things like, you know, enemy HP to make sure you're getting consistent shots. Like, you know, now we know if you're on Hoth with a Y-wing, you need about 10 bombs on a headshot, or no, 10 bombs in normal, right, to take down an AT-AT?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to headshot those ones, yeah.
So, this level right here, Barkesh, has obviously been my best friend today because I can't seem to gold the normal one. So
For those who are just joining us, CK struggled with this one in the bingo race, which was very entertaining.
yeah, that was, as I called it, my marathon event, because that's never happened before. I almost never go for that stray bomber near the base, but for some reason he had it out for me today. So this Barkesh level is going to be much more intense and doesn't have as much waiting around time. You'll see everything looks normal. We've got the droids at the beginning, but then quickly that will not be the case, as we have missile turrets spread around, which normally don't appear until the 5th mission of the game. And TIE interceptors, which there are usually no ties on Barkesh.
I especially like the missile turrets on top of the pyramids. That's looks really cool.
Yeah, it's always trying to find, the other level that I'm going to showcase here is the edited Talaran, as long as we're good for time. But with the edited Talaran, I put some of the turrets like on top of the buildings in the Cloud City and things like that. Talaran was a really interesting one because it let me go ahead and... Was that ATST just spinning in place? You find a lot of interesting things modding levels. Well, and if we go over here, you will see that this is going to be a big problem for the transports. So we need to take this thing out. And we don't have a speeder to take it down with tow cables. So as you'd seen in the speedruns, we kind of have to go this route of blowing them up like that. I did make sure to program it. I had adjusted the HP. I'm late. I'm commentating and whatnot, and I'm forgetting that there's 3 bombers coming through with more help than normal.
3 bombers installed too.
Rogue Squadron, where's our cover? That conflict's not gonna last much
Someone in
longer.
the chat is asking, can you set the turrets and the missile turrets to friendly instead of enemy?
So, my understanding is that trying to make things friendly or not friendly is a bit more complicated right now. There's certain things, because of course we've thought of ideas of like, well, what if we have an Imperial mission? If you guys are familiar with Rogue Leader on the GameCube, there's a bonus mission where you're Darth Vader attacking Yavin. And so we were thinking about having some sort of similar thing where you could play as an Imperial and have Imperial friendlies, but it looks like it's a little bit more complicated than that. So that's one thing that's still kind of in the works. I do know that certain objects already have it set, like the gas containers on Talaran. Those do have a flag to say if they're friendly or not, but that's because there's already a friendly and a non-friendly version of them.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun to have Imperial missions, so again, if there's anyone talented in the chat, we'd love to have you along. These are the things that are still being developed on right now, so it's a good time to get into it.
Absolutely, and being able to bounce those ideas back and forth, you know, like really helps bring things along. Now if you see, I keep circling this area because there should be an enemy to spawn in to try and go for the back of the convoy.
So this is usually, for anyone who doesn't know, only the 2nd mission in the game. It's usually basically a very easy mission, designed originally with the intention for kids who are playing it to get a bit of target practice sort of thing.
But not bad.
This is much more entertaining. Barkesh is usually, we call it in the speedrunning community, the drink break level or the toilet break level, just because it's so simple that you can get up and walk away and come back 30 seconds later and nothing's happened.
Yeah, I can't exactly do that on this one. Especially because the transports have so much less health. we should be good. And you'll notice the big turret was moved here.
This is Riker.
No
It's
particular
imperative
reason.
you stay with the
Just-
supply vehicles.
This was the first level that I really messed around with making the edits and stuff on. But I really liked how this came out, so I definitely wanted you guys to see this. And so, once again, this is not going to be a gold medal, but thankfully we don't need it to be.
The shuttle is clear. She'll pick.
Someone in chat just was wondering if it was Shadows of the Empire. Got confused that it wasn't Rogue Squadron, so I guess you. I
You know,
didn't think the level looked that different, but anyway.
Shadows of the Empire is another one that I've really been wanting to get into. I just haven't had the
a good
time
game.
yet. As being like I'd almost call myself like a variety speedrunner, as I love just picking up new games that I've played before and just figuring out the routes and everything like that. But Shadows
The
of the
organisers
Empire.
are just. I think we should be okay to do one more. The organisers have not said no, so we'll
Gotcha.
keep going until we get kicked off, I guess.
Gotcha. Well, yep. All right, so we'll go ahead here. Number 10.
Thanks, 2WO.
So the last one that we have here that I'll go ahead and showcase. I do have a edited Gerard 5. But
the chat, the organisers saying if we do 5 minutes, that will be okay with everyone.
Gotcha. All right. So on that note, and we'll go ahead and we'll show off the Talaran. Then that won't take as long as Gerard 5.
Teleran's usually hard enough to start with, so it's pretty bold making a difficult mode Talaran.
Yeah, and once you see how this edited Talaran works, you guys might recognize why I was slipping up quite a bit on Talaran with Y-Wing. Because being able to move things around and whatnot, I completely changed the positions for the gas tanks. So it's basically a completely different route that you have to take to beat the mission. You still go in the same like order of platforms and everything, but it plays quite a bit different. And to avoid any tragedies, we're just gonna go N1.
I'm having trouble with my scanners.
So if you were paying attention during the bingo race, these here would have been Imperial tanks, but they're not anymore. They're now friendlies, because all the positions have swapped around. And actually, Cook, I don't know if you've seen this one before.
No, I haven't. Like, formed a little arrow in the minimap radar. That was fun.
Excellent work.
Nice attention to detail.
Good job.
So while it has been shifting all the tanks around and stuff, it's still been pretty tame so far and pretty close to the original level. It changes a little bit here in the next few.
Something like that, like you said, I assume it's reasonably simple to do. You're just changing the flag.
And so
Tank, is that right?
it looks like I've defeated all the Imperial gas tanks here, but There's one
Nice
upside
job,
down.
Skywalker. I'm beginning to see why they say you're the best.
And you would normally just go right for the tanks, but there was a hunt there.
Oh, that's
Excellent
very
work.
creative. I like that.
There's a lot of Imperial activity up here.
Then this is where I started experimenting with a few things. This interceptor in my crosshairs, I had him set on this flight path to go take out these things, but he doesn't want to shoot them.
Check your
Laser
fire,
targets, is that what I'm seeing
Those
there?
are civilians.
They're the Death Star turrets. And one little thing that I'm sure probably nobody will ever notice unless I say it. In the beginning of the mission, in the dialogue, they say that they use this gas to harness more firepower. And just as like a little thing, I put some gas tanks right underneath where those big turrets were. I guess if I poke around a little bit more, I could probably actually make them have more firepower too.
Standard Imperial
And
swarm
you do
maneuver.
not want to
Watch
go
the flight
underneath
coming from below.
now, because there are now turrets here
This reminds me of Fenton.
that are blowing
My
everything
squadron
up.
started it once for a possible Imperial takeover. Too small, though. Skywalker, what are you doing? I'm hit.
Then we go to the last one here, destroy these, and it didn't complete the mission. That's because there's more spread around. And I chose to place one normally where you would find the power-up, right down in here in the city.
Ooh, that's difficult.
So I decided to go ahead and move the power-up too. And this might just be memory, I might just be making something up here, but I think this is how they do it in Rogue Squadron 2, in Rogue Leader. So I went ahead and I stuffed the power-up down here in the Cloud City.
Here's something. Advanced lasers.
And so just like the normal mission then, blow up the last tank, and it's mission
I can tell
complete.
you one thing, Luke. The officer on duty is not going to enjoy explaining this damage to the local moth.
He may
That
not
was a
be
bit of fun
tell
seeing
about
the
it.
new levels, thanks for that. Chat, I'm going to put those links back in the chat again if anyone's interested in this kind of thing. Would love to have you aboard.
Yeah, absolutely. Please go ahead and join the Discord. We'd be happy to have you guys. We'd love to chat more, see what your guys' ideas are, because like we said, we are getting pretty close to, starting to be able to code in like our own objectives and things like that. So we'd love to hear you guys' ideas.
Thanks so much to the organisers for having us again. Thanks so much to CK for all your hard work on this stuff, and to the developers as well for the mods.
Thank you very much, and thank you everybody. We really appreciate you having us here.
Yeah, great. Thanks, chat. Have fun. May the 4th, all of that.